Jude's up here. Welcome. We are here with Roman and Dinah from the Doggone Happy Animal Rescue and Judy Diogo from the Central Delaware Chamber of Commerce. And I'm Lisa Hastings with Casson. Judy and I wanted to talk to you some about the recently completed, very exciting legislative session, and we thought having these guys here would make it more fun.
Yes, not that it wasn't fun all on its own this year.
Yeah, what was your favorite part, Judy?
Oh, staying there until 4 o'clock in the morning, just waiting. That was my favorite. It really was, though. It was a historical year for Delaware because notoriously we have always come out of there on June 30th with a balanced budget. And this year that did not happen. We left June 30th with no balanced budget and having to be called back in. And they worked some things that were a little bit of a surprise for everybody this year. They had talked a little bit about alcohol and tobacco, so that wasn't a huge surprise. But the big one was the transfer tax. Mm-hmm. That had not hit anybody's radar. And when that came out, that caused quite a stir.
And they increased it 1%.
Yes. And for our realtors, that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
We just kind of started seeing our market starting to get back up and kind of get some momentum, and they're really concerned that now we're going to have another plummet in the market. Mm-hmm. So that was a little bit of a shock. Mm-hmm. And for us at the Chamber, really concerned about that because we've got a huge deficit still facing us. Mm-hmm. And they've based the budget on taxes that are really volatile and market driven. Yeah. So there's a big concern. But we did get some wins this year. Minimum wage did not get through, and that was a big win for the small business community.
It really is. That was a lot. That was a real concern to some of our clients.
Yeah, because you know how much cost that can be. I mean, everything goes up incrementally once you start to raise that. And then there were some things that I know we had spoken about that really were going to affect some of your clients, their bottom line.
Yeah, so one of the things is the employment practices bill. They got passed that's going to impact businesses who are looking to hire. So they likely have to update their application forms and train the people doing interviews because you can no longer ask about salary history, which is a pretty common practice. And we also saw the data breach bill pass. So I'm not sure businesses are aware there's going to be new rules for Delaware businesses if you become aware that you've had a data breach, there's notification rules. Again, another level of regulatory burden. This one, believed to be for the public good, but a burden on the business nonetheless.
So, going into January, I think we're going to see minimum wage come back. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see the PIT come back. Yeah. Which is
and awesome. Most businesses are taxed at the personal income tax rate because they are flow-through entities. So that also affects the businesses.
Yeah. So I think we have still a long road ahead of us.
Yeah.
As far as the legislation is concerned.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep at it. And so if you want to hear more about how the Central Delaware Chamber of Commerce helps your businesses and watches out for you, Judy's the gal to call.
And if you want to find out a little bit more about how all of this may be affecting your bottom line, call Lisa and the group here at Casson.
And if you'd like to hear more about the Doggone Happy Animal Rescue, call this number.